Welcome to today's English literature class on the poem Ethics, Chapter 8. In the previous videos, you had seen that the teacher had asked the same question repeatedly to the children as to what they would save if there was a fire in the museum, the old woman or the Rembrandt painting, for which every time the answer would be different. Sometimes the children said the old woman, and at times they mentioned the Rembrandt painting. They were neither interested in the subject nor did they really understand what it meant. As they progressed in life and the teacher asked them the same question again, Linda said, "Why does the woman not take the responsibility on herself?" To which the teacher remarked that it was shrugging off responsibility. So this is how children slowly, with progress, with maturity increasing, look upon ethics. Now let us see what Linda Pastan has to tell us in part 4 of this video. In this, she says, "This fall in a real museum I stand, before a real Rembrandt, old woman or nearly so myself. The colors within this frame are darker than autumn, darker even than winter, the browns of earth. Though earth's most radiant elements burn through the canvas, I know now that woman and painting and season are almost one, and all beyond saving by children." So Linda Pastan is in flesh and blood, standing in front of a real museum, not an imagined one anymore. And now she is no longer a young girl, but an old woman, nearly old. She's standing there right in front of the museum, in front of the Rembrandt painting, as an old woman, and it is the fall, it is the autumn season. When she looks at the painting, she sees that the colors within the frame are darker than autumn. It's not light, it's darker. And even darker than the winter. How the ground appears in winter. In America, etc., you have the ground completely frozen. So, it's only white everywhere, the browns of the earth. Though earth's most radiant elements burn through the canvas. So, she's saying we could see that the colors were darker than usual. It looked, even though it was the end of the season, it looked darker than ever. What she's also trying to convey is the picture, the Rembrandt painting, is also describing the age-old details and how even in nature things change over a period of time. So she says, "I know now that woman, painting and season are almost one and all beyond saving by children." Whether it is an old woman, whether it is a painting or whether the season is there, they are all changing as they age. They all change, and saving them is not within the capacity of the children. It is the nature of all these things to change. So which is more precious, which to protect, is a little difficult thing for the children at that age. They may be understanding the value of some things which have life, but seeing life in an art is not very easy. That is what she is trying to explain here in these lines. In these lines, the poetess Linda Pastan tells us that she is now standing in a real museum in autumn and in front of a real Rembrandt painting. She is now an old woman or nearly old, and she is standing there in flesh and blood. As she looks deeply into the picture, she sees the dark colors used by the painter, which are darker than the colors of reality in the picture. What is actually real, colors used are a little more darker, expressing things in a more dark manner. The unmatched beauty of the painting was truly worth saving. The effort put into the drawing, the colors used, the unmatched beauty was definitely something anyone would like to treasure or save. She understood the value of painting as an elder. She did not think it's just taking some colors and putting them on the canvas. She could appreciate it because with age and experience, she had developed these tastes. Ethics comes with experience in one's life. Children are sent to the classroom to be nurtured and tutored in the principles of ethics. When the parents send their children to school, they think that the children will learn these values of ethics. And the child and the museum, two things are here. When a child comes to school, it knows nothing about ethics. Okay? And from the classroom, it graduates right to the museum. In the classroom, you have fresh students coming year after year to learn something. They grow, mature, form their own opinions, and then leave the school. In a museum, all the old exhibits, models, things which are preserved are kept intact so that it is available for one and all to benefit. So similarly, the museum suggests that old people, like paintings in a museum, need to be taken care of by the society. The old things which we could never have seen are represented in the form of paintings, and these are valuable things, especially if they resemble the original theme very well. For example, children, many of you might not even have seen a 1 paise, 2 paise, 3 paise, 5 paise, 10 paise coins. We have a collection of this, and if all this is preserved well and kept in a museum, many years later when you go there and see this, you'll be thinking this is what our teacher told us when we were at that time. We didn't realize its importance. But look at the coin, look at the value they had for it at that time. So these things which are preserved, whether it is a painting or any other exhibit, is kept in a museum. So in a classroom, the children are taught about the principles, and in a museum, we teach them how to value those old things. It can also be inferred that the students failed to learn as a child in class. They acquire such lessons through experience when they grow up. They may not understand whatever you teach them at the younger age, but as they grow up with experience, with maturity, they understand it better. To conclude, we can say that the central theme, ethics. The central theme of the poem is ethics. It is a general system of moral principles, right or wrong behavior. It is the individual's responsibility to make the right choice and to be accountable for that choice. Any action you do, there are two things you have to think about. Should I? Should I not? Right or wrong? If I choose one path and I decide I'm going to go on that path, whatever happens tomorrow, you be ready to take the responsibility on yourself. To make the choice, then you hold yourself accountable for it. A part of growing up is how to make right choices. So as you grow in life itself, you'll see it could be simple things or it could be big things. When you make a choice, you have to make the right choice. And whatever choice you make up, whatever results or consequences occur, you are responsible for it. So to summarize the central theme here, the meaning of the lines, the meanings of difficult words, to value life and art, to understand that ethics is important in different aspects of life. Yes, here I would like to add some more things, like just as you value money, things, articles, so also should you learn to value life. Your old parents, grandparents, everything should be treated with the same love and respect which you gave them when they were fit and fine. You should be able to value them even when they are old. Not say he or she is already 80, now they can go away. Their life is over. No. Whatever be their age, you should be able to support them, help them till they are alive. Because life, valuing things and valuing people, they are two different things, but they both are very, very important. Now we move on to the questions. Explain the meaning of the lines 16 to 25 of the poem. What did Linda understand or realize when she went to the museum? See, the word is realize. Is the poem only about a lesson of ethics learnt in school, or does it offer something higher than this? List the ethics you have to follow in situations given below. Place of work, place of class, school, that is learning, place of worship, and place of living. Do you follow the same ethical principles everywhere? No. So today you can write questions 1 and 2 for sure. 3 also try. If you have a problem, we can discuss. You have to say if the ethics lesson you learn is only applicable to school, or is it necessary for life? You will understand that it is very, very important in all different stages of life. And through experience, you learn how to become a more and better person. Question number 4 and 5, you try out. And I shall help you. Question number 4, I shall help you to write these answers in case you have an issue. Is that clear? With this, I take leave. Thank you, students. Sai Ram.